Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to read a letter and make a statement. This is a letter I got that is very similar to many, many, many letters that I got, unlike Ben Jackson. Dear Senator Hudak, I just wanted to thank you for all you did to try to prevent Senate Bill 191 from passing. I have been teaching for 6.5 years. I went into the field of teaching because I wanted to serve my community in my job choice, and I love working with kids. I feel I am a master teacher and have been told so on numerous occasions from my instructional coaches and my current principal. However, I am deeply concerned about what this bill will do to teachers' focus in the classroom. A lot of us have been forced to teach to the test because of the schools and areas that we teach in. We've had to narrow the curriculum in order to show improvement on what's being tested. The school environment has turned into a no-fun zone. Students are subject to drill and kill, practice, practice, practice. Now comes yearly teacher evaluations. Where's the reward and respect for earning meets or exceeds standards on previous evaluations? Where's the respect for earning master's degrees? It's certainly not going to be the paycheck. Where's the motivation to be a great teacher? How many people respond well to threats? That's what this bill is to me. It's a threat. And it's about two major things that I can only partially control: my students and my principal. Unfortunately for me, in the past I would have said fortunately, I work at a Title I school. This has 60% English language learners and 76% free and reduced lunch. It is run by a principal who, in my opinion, is in way over her head, and it has a population of underspoken parents. While the staff is very dedicated and works very hard, there has been little to be excited about over the past few years. Being a teacher at that school is a very hard job. Everyone walks around on eggshells, fearing the principal and praying for some form of praise. Now with this bill, it's going to be even harder. My thinking is I may be getting out of teaching if this becomes the focus of my job and it's all I hear about in staff meetings, professional development, and professional learning communities. Again, I became a teacher because I'm a lifelong learner and I love working with kids. I have a lot to offer, but this job doesn't pay enough to put up with the disrespect legislators are giving it. This bill is going to drive away the great teachers as well as the ineffective. What you'll have left is mediocre teachers who do what they have to do to dot the I's and cross the T's. The awesome teachers will go to easier schools and avoid schools like mine. Schools like mine are run by Title I requirements, district requirements, and pressures on the principal that teachers have little control over anymore. It's just not fair that teachers get all the blame. In my opinion, the amendments made in the House don't fix the fundamental problems with Senate Bill 191. They don't pay for the new staff that will be necessary to implement this new labor-intensive system of evaluation. They don't pay for the new assessments that we'll need to measure growth in every single course and subject that every teacher teaches. They don't change the fact that we'll be going hog wild into the axis of eval, testing every course and every subject that is taught every semester, every year in every school. They don't pay for all the mentoring and coaching we'll need to help teachers become more effective. They don't address the question of how small rural districts will find effective teachers to fill all the slots when they can't find them now. The amendments we were allowed to make in the House and the Senate don't address the fundamental concern teachers have with the bill. That at its heart, it assumes that the problem with public education is that there are too many ineffective teachers. The amendments made in the House and the Senate are lipstick on a pig. Oink, vote no.